Oyentes, a continuación, Subway, también junto con Smith Dorla, está presenta Entrevista di Dia pa AWE. Y AWE no está junto con Archivo Nacional y en un momento hopi importante, el lanzamiento de coleccion Aruba. Coleccion Aruba, coleccion.aw. Nos quiere llamar Bombini, nació Raymond Hernandez, director de Ana. Hernandez, buen día, Bombini.
Buen día, Aldrich. AWE mita no solamente como director de Ana, pero mita de representación también de plataforma Coleccion Aruba. Na onda ku esse man aqui nossa conselha Luna com simpósio com tabai riba Dutch Caribbean Digital Heritage. E na onda nossa invita diferente instância de Caribe holandês de Holanda e também nós temos nosso amigo de Merca aqui presente com de Internet Archive e na ocasião aqui nós lança lançamento de novo de webpage nós temos de batch novo de coleccion.aw e essa aí está com funcionalidade de plataforma tá mais fácil e maneira uma bisa mita de número de plataforma que tá consiste no momento na aqui de gestão partner e não tá somente ANA of Biblioteca Nacional, pero tem mais instância na hora que tá parte de e é solo portal mas nós tá chama para gerência cultural de Aruba.
Tremendo. La nos llama Bombinino Bogas nang. I want to welcome Chris Freeland, welcome, and also Mr. Brewster Kahle. Digital Librarian, Internet Archive. Welcome to Aruba.
Oh, thank you very much. Great to be here.
Okay, nice to see you too. And you can tell us about the role that you played in this whole process to achieve this very great milestone for Aruba.
It's a great milestone. And actually, all the work really was done in Aruba and for Aruba, and the Internet Archive supported the work that was done here by going and giving a permanent digital home to the treasures that are the Aruban history that is in Collection Aruba. So the Internet Archive, as a nonprofit research library in the United States, has a mission to try to preserve all information for the long term, which is difficult in the digital age. Things go away. And so the idea of working in a partnership with Aruba, where the big project was to go and get in the Collection Aruba together of the history of Aruba, all the documents together, and then be able to give those a permanent internet home on the Internet Archive is fantastic.
Great. We will come back to all that. Now we go a little bit with Mr. Hernandez. Una ba kayo persona ng aki pag-contact ng pasinan por forma e team patraha riba esagi pa sa tingin da komunidad no por mabisa percibi e ballo di local boss na hasi try cortina pero quanto non se processo.
Bom, di lo que mi po bisata ko na 2019 tata ting un persona ko ting un aragondiso si binoti hera ko tata ting un timeshare na Aruba anto la disdi di Drenta Biblioteca Nacional. E inanta na onda ela punta nos colega na inang, pero di combos nota hasi uso di Internet Archive. A nos mes na prome instante nunca nos atende di Internet Archive, af nos nota tasa directamente di je. E inanta onda ku nosa kunsa hasi contacto nan ku Internet Archive, segumi cresta wata onde prome persona nan ku tata tin contacto ku ne e tata masha simple. Traha un account e kunsa pone bokos nang online. Is that so?
Yes,
just put your make an
hit
account.
Upload. Go to archive.org and hit upload.
Yeah.
But the collection that has been put together by Aruba is well organized, and it's really focused on the different areas of the government and the culture here, and it's beautifully done. I've seen this tried by many people around the world, and Aruba is special.
Now, how did it come about? Because for so many data to get into internet and being administered, I mean, you need to have backup, you need to have servers, you need to have all the technical part. Who's doing that?
The technical part is being done by the Internet Archive of storing the digital materials. The really hard work on this, though, is organizing and having the spirit to digitize page after page after page. There are now 100,000 different documents and items that are now in Collection Aruba. This took a lot of effort, and it took a lot of cooperation.
Yes.
So this is not just a spirit of one person doing a personal project, going into the basement and digitizing. This was a major island effort, and the Internet Archive just provided a backbone technical infrastructure that's mission aligned. So we are not a commercial entity that will, if the bill doesn't get paid, it's all deleted. No. This is there for the long term. And so we use our foundation support and also small donors. Filecoin Foundation donated money to help support our side of this. But the Aruba side was the heavy lifting, was the real work.
Yeah, a lot of scanning.
There's a lot of scanning.
A lot of scanning and thinking and yeah, cooperation,
And
collaboration. That's the most important thing in this case.
Yeah.
For us.
I want to zoom in into the slavery topic. Para os oyentes não têm uma ideia, esclavitud estava um dia tópico não, que há hopi atenção e sei já está funcionando completamente. Se senhor Hernandez explica nosso processo aqui.
Wak, tá sendo aqui que me tem que pôr bom clássico, prometo entrar discussão de esclavitud, como isso é compensação, dispensa. Tudo isso aí não prometo nós chega assim, já acaba nós estava digitalizando como arquivo nacional e arquivo não colonial. Então, for o arquivo não colonial acaba, nós começa a sacar diferente história não over de que está passado de esclavitud na Aruba. No momento que a gente a discussão a bem excuses de rei a chega para triste passado de humanidade aqui, já acaba nós estava em place com database para nós por a mostrar com família na Aruba a word formar entre outros saliendo for de era de esclavitud. E não solamente documento de, por exemplo, registro de escravo, não, pero nós tem acto notarial que explica quem a vende quem, para quanto na vendele, nós tem assunto de finanças, agora nós escuta algo de belasting, por exemplo, que belasting também está wado pagar arriba cativo, não. Então, essa aí está assim com hopi viaja em nome não está aparecer, pero também dono, não. Pues essa aí nós saca full parte grande e pareu com reconhecimento de escritura da Handwritten Recognition App, nós logra na decifrar maioria de lo que estava escrito na mão. E tudo essa aí hoje em dia vou por aí para Internet Archive, so nossa é public domain, dus nós gewoon butanari ba Internet Archive e essa aí que men gente na América, São Francisco, gente na Holanda, gente na China, tem a acessibilidade de nossa história de esclavitud. Então, essa é a parte mais fantástica. E me tem que bisa, é a kind of low cost para nós, é low cost, pero high quality operation. Para sobre Internet Archive, danke Deus, não cobra nos nada. They don't ask money for this. And
totally for humanity.
Yes.
Totalmente para a community. All right, I perfectly understand that. How is this possible?
We're a library. We're just a library like libraries have always been. We're supported by public donations, but also grants and individuals. 150,000 people hit the donate button last year, kind of like Wikipedia.
Excellent.
And so this is the support that it takes to go and make it so that there's free public access to the world's knowledge. And boy, do we need it more than ever. That we really need to have things that you can depend on in an era of disinformation. And we need our libraries and archives around the world to stand up and say, we're going to participate in helping the next generation understand what is true and what is not true. And Aruba is taking a strong stand in this.
Is Aruba one of the, is Aruba a unique case in the Caribbean?
It's not only a unique case in the Caribbean. Really, the idea of moving this far forward towards really bringing together the documents from the island, say, well, okay, it's a small island. How hard could it be? It's hard. We've seen people struggle to try to do this, but your leadership is amazing. I got to meet with the Prime Minister yesterday, which was a great honor. And she said something that has really stuck with me. She said, we need to give them the opportunity to search for the truth, and them is the public. We need to give them the opportunity to search for the truth. That's leadership. And in a time where there's so much contorting of what is true and not true.
Yeah, a lot of fake news.
What's fake and going and saying libraries can say this, but they can't say that. It's so empowering. And to see Aruba on its own, really, it was on its own for years working on this project. The Internet Archive just did a small amount to go and make this happen. Is quite empowering. The next steps can be really exciting as well.
And what would be the next step?
Oh,
you make me curious.
So, what we understand the next steps would be take all of the works, the written of Papiamento, and with permission, go and put those online. So basically, take a small language and bring it digital, completely digital. This is inspiring. The only other language that has been put all the writings online is in Bali, Indonesia, which is an island of 3 million people. They're proud of their language, and they decided to go and digitize with the Internet Archive and make available all of their the literature in Balinese. And if we can do Papiamento, then not only could it be important, I think, for the islands here, but it might be a model for those that want to go and have a place in the digital world where often English or Chinese or Spanish dominate so much. Can we go and catch Kachikel? Can we Estonian? Can we bring all sorts of other languages completely into the digital realm? And I think Aruba is leading.
If I understand you well, sir, you mean that Aruba needs to be more proactive in using its language and promoting it and valuing it because it has great added value for the community. And what you see, maybe I don't see, but you're an expert in literature. You see that we have opportunity to, and we need to seek the moment to enhance our uniqueness of having a language like Papiamento.
I understand that Aruba is really committing to Papiamento, and going and supporting that in the digital realm, in their schools and the like.
It's going to school this year, yeah.
Absolutely. So that's Aruba's decision. And if Aruba wants to go and make that happen, then the Internet Archive wants to help. There are 7,000 languages that are currently used on the earth, but the number of those is dropping fast. Think of it like the species dying off, that we're losing the diversity of cultural heritage by languages being basically subsumed by the bigger language next door. And so we would like to see the cultural diversity, the long tail, the excitement that is people survive in our libraries, but not just in the libraries, but then bring it back out again to the internet so people can leverage those stories and ideas no matter what language you speak.
Yeah. Nós estamos break kurator sta back com o senhor Raymond Hernandez, diretor di Archivo Nacional e também di plataforma e como membro di plataforma coleccion.aw e também o senhor Brewster Kahle junto con nossawe para lo que trata lançamento di colección di Aruba online através di Internet Archive.
Saludabile e fresco, saboreia dushi sop, wrap, flatbread ou salada com bom ingrediente no favorito. Pedia ser Subway, make it a combo com 2 cookies of chips, refresco de 20 ons, água ou upgrade para juice. E botar o saco Subway da servir breakfast em dia? Sim, até hasta a noite. Pondra para o pão com huevo e queijo com opção de ham, bacon ou steak. Top it off, both sauce favorito. Subway, make it what you want.
Yunang aventurero y mascota na yendi energía no me cierta un problema. Cono seguro pa lo que abo ta responsable pe. Liability Insurance. Ta cobri daño na otra persona of na propiedad causada door di abo, bo familia, yunang y hasta bo mascota na. Comenzando por 50 florin pa año pa un cobertura rond di mundo. Visita portal.myguardiangroup.com pa calculabo prima de 3 minutos. Guardian Group Fatum. Pabo non sta bai extra mile. Seremos seguro promeco 30 de abril con chance de gana y enjoy un bowling con familia pa 10 personas.
Guardian Group no bai extra mile.
Bintuma un break durante un dia super druk na Smith & Dorla's Coffee House pa sobosaka ba unda pa saborear un bom coffee of un delicioso té orgánico acompanhado pa un douche broodje, bolo of salada. E special, o Smith & Dorla's ta percura pa preparar pa com hope e amor. Pa nos clientes nan ko ta preferar té 100% orgánico e livre de cafeína, tem 6 tipos como mister bin purba. E pa paladar diferente e Bombay Chai, un té exótico, un mezcla de cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg y black tea. Y para nos juventud, aparte de caramel y mocha frappuccino, ahora también tiene cookies and cream de coffee frío na Smith & Dorla's. Vin disfrutar de nos espacio ideal para fiesta o para reunir con amigos. Nos está abrir día de 9 de mañana para 6 da tarde y ya sabra de 9 de mañana para 2 da tarde. Llama Trempang para reservar na telefone 588-4888. Smith & Dorla's Coffee House. Ta pa esunan kusa di compartir en buen ambiente.
It's 100.
Okay, gentlemen, we are back live. Nós está com o senhor Raymond Hernandez. No momento não aqui, que pa bosa wota é seguinte passo para sobre a literatura escrever tá parte of portrait não, pero wow, tem áudio, tem vídeo. Que bosa tá mira para dilante?
Bom, tem a conversação que nós temos também com o governo, junto com Brewster Kahle. Agora o papel, nós maneira nós seguir agora riba papiamento mês. Nós temos material de vídeo, pero também material de áudio, entre outros reel to reels, que está difícil hoje em dia para buscar equipo. Então, essa é a parte que nós estamos pensando aqui com uma cooperação com o Internet Archive, nós podemos buscar equipo, que nós podemos digitalizar toda a reunião de Eilandsraad de antes. Nós temos escrever caba, de sessão que está transcrever, pero papiano, onde bota haya discussão particularmente na cambio de status a parte, dat tem hopi discussão que tá gravar, que lo tá hopi importante e tem viaja gente tá punta nos panang, pero nós não tem maquinária para passele e outra banda tá que bom mister pone available para sobrar vamos ter indexeren também para buscar que precies tem ribacada onde tapes na aí. Antes aí tá next pensamento que nós tem para assim nós por poblar internet archive com mais informação e com informação de papiamento também. Então aí me te quer tá algo nós trabalhando com não para com leu nós por chega e me te conversar com nanta hopi mais também de nível também de película of de programa nan documentário nan que nós espera que pouco a pouco nós por convencer tur nan que traha documentário nan de tanto na televisão, pero também me te quer maneira bolsonar na rádio com dado momento também pode formar parte de database aí que ora gente está rondando algo over de Tanquilando, por exemplo, que também barrio esta piquitur informação de Tanquilando e tu caminha, então me tá hayela solo resultado e tá seca Aldrich, outra tá na Biblioteca Nacional, uma tá na Aruba, assim aí bonotinku vai buscar seca cada uma parte, pero
usando inteligência artificial. So the opportunities are endless, and if AI is involved in the, as I can understand, Aruba has much more opportunities.
Absolutely. So let's take the
Video, audio, and
rich
many more.
history of. Let's take your radio station, your interviews from years. Can we get those online, but then make them accessible in a new way? And this is where the AI technologies that we work with can help, where we can transcribe. Maybe a little faulty. It'll get some of the names wrong in Dutch or in English.
Yeah.
And I hear that Papiamento recognition is starting to come around, so that you can then search for words to find out what did people say in the past. And then can we do this on a going forward basis? So on the new programs here on this radio station, television, the newspapers, that those become part of your island memory. That is living memory that can help instruct and inform.
With an advanced, if I may interrupt, with an advanced search engine system?
Absolutely. So full text search engine, and to be able to find related materials
Topics,
that are organized by the library and archives here, maybe by the schools. Can we go and take the university and make it so that not only their writings can be permanent, but then offer also literature from around the world, so that digitally they can integrate their work within the world's knowledge? This is the opportunity, and I see it moving forward fast here in Aruba.
Great. Well, all this is good news, and for the education and cultural development of the island, this is fantastic. So practically we're talking about bringing Aruba's history, making it timeless and accessible for everyone. As I can hear it, yeah. Everyone can reach it, and education especially. I can imagine, a couple of years ago, let's say around 10 years ago, I think, or maybe 15, I went to Holland and I went to the archive there, and I was looking for old footage of Aruba. Wow, it is very difficult to find, but you needed to search manually. In those days, the AI didn't exist. 15 years ago, I think it was, or even more, a little more, and you had to search on with a wagon, or like a cart with a lot of videos, one by one, and U-matic and VHS and all that, to search about a topic. So all that supposed to become history when digital and AI and this input of all this material is become possible by this system.
It makes it possible to search in new and different ways. So the Internet Archive works with the Rare Book Collection at Brown University, at the John Carter Brown, which is a very big collection of colonial Caribbean documents and books that are from the late 1500s and early 1600s. And I looked up Aruba, and they weren't in the titles, but they were inside the books. So because now you can search inside these books from the 17th century, you can find things. And something that was new here that I hadn't seen anywhere else was the slave documents were handwritten. And the work that was done here in Aruba was to make it so that you can go and type Maria and be able to find Maria in handwriting inside these, which was a lot of work, not all AI, to go and make that so you can search on Betsy or Maria and find those entries in handwritten documents that are often been, as you say, very difficult to get through. So only the dedicated historians that have a lot of time to do it. Now we can make it available to students, anybody.
Yeah,
to anybody, and it's like haciendo democrático información.
Yeah, así, no?
Universal access to information, that is very important to us.
I have a question here from a listener who says, Aldrich, I will say it in English. I'm a person that is on pension, and I enjoy your program, and I'm asking, how can I use coleccion.aw, the platform? Is there a way that you can explain how to access all this information?
You can just go to coleccion.aw with 1L, 2C, and then you will find also there a video instruction how to use it. But it's very simply. It is like we call it ourselves the Google Arubiano, the Arubian Google. You can put Aldrich in it. Maybe all the articles that Aldrich Croes are in the papers, newspapers will come ahead, and you can see all of them together.
Oh, by the way, newspapers are those Amigo de Aruba, for example, is one of the oldest newspaper of Aruba, and Diario and all those papers, La Prensa. Is that possible to bring all those newspapers?
That is dependent of the authorization you get from the newspapers itself.
Yeah.
There are some newspapers that the National Library put on the coleccion.aw, but this is with explicit permission of them, because they are the owners. Maybe La Prensa, that is a gone away newspaper that don't exist anymore. Maybe that's right now public domain, like the ESO News is, and
ESO News is online.
It's online also.
Right.
And I think there's more. We have at the National Archives a magazine called The Local, and that is from the neighborhood of San Nicolas, and it is very bounded to San Nicolas area with information about the families of the 1940s, 50s, when the Lago was really blooming there.
Yeah. In what language is coleccion.aw?
Right now, it started in Papiamento. We are proud to be Arubians and Papiamento-speaking people. But now it is also in English available, and I think very soon also in Dutch. We are working on it, but it will be available.
Basically in Papiamento.
Yeah. But maybe I have to say this also, that this week is intended also to give the model of Aruba a chance to be part of the Dutch Caribbean. That's why we have all our brothers and sisters of the Caribbean islands in our own sector, the heritage sector, so we can convince them that they can just use our model, so we can create a bigger model that is maybe will be called the Dutch Caribbean platform, or maybe even further one, that if other islands of the Caribbean, English, Spanish, French-speaking islands could join, then we will have a Caribbean platform.
It can grow.
Yeah, it can grow. And you know, we live in an area where the diaspora of the Caribbean people is everywhere. We have people from Santo Domingo living here, and likewise we have Arubians living in Venezuela, Coro, or
exactly.
This,
we should be expanding and uniting.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Great. Well, this was it, and we thank you. Masyadanki Raymond Hernandez junto con nosotros, lanzamiento de un bachi nuevo, colección Aruba. ¿Ella llama coleccion.aw o colección Aruba?
No está en colección Aruba, pero bota buscar coleccion.aw.
Sí. Okay. Anything else that you would like to add, Mr. Brewster Kahle?
I'm looking forward to the next steps when there's going to be, we're going to be digitizing more materials, adding them to the collection, and also bringing the digital files so that they're living on the island. So they're not just remote, they're actually here and they're property of Aruba.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you also, Chris, for taking time to be here with the team. Y Raymond, ¿algo más por menos, será?
No, me te quiere invitar a gente para visitar a coleccion.aw y goza di tem portrait, video, artículo ng buki ng archivo ng manera nostra tem promotion core hasta e receita di bruid di boela portata e ribana.
Oh yeah. Con él llegué now. Okay, la mi bayri ba dyan to collection dato Descobri Aruba su herencia cultural. Sakite bonita.
Yes, that's the new one. Yeah.
Oh, that's the new one. Sakite bachi novo.
That's the bachi novo. Yeah.
Oh, verdad. Pues me dati riba Jay and daw diyan sa
akin. That's a new coat, eh?
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Touch and go. Touch one picture or touch an area. Very easy. Fast. Okay. A lot of muscles. Digital muscles. Well, masyadanki caballeros. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Mr. Kahle. And thank you, Mr. Chris Freeland. Din Entrevista di Dia, Archivo Nacional lanzando coleccion.aw junto con Archivo pa Aruba para nos educar y disfrutar también de toda la información de nuestra historia.